Welcome, my name is Harry Jacobs and I am the North of 60 Gamer, and this is the North of 60 Gaming channel, and today we are going to have a look at Sultans and Kings by Faris Adonakadachi. Sorry Faris if I butchered your name. From Nasma Productions, LLC. This is a small independent game and it comes from New Jersey, and I thank Faris for giving me a copy so that we can put in front of the camera. Excuse some of the green screen. It's a funny color, this box, and it tends to wipe it out. We're going to explain this game in a few minutes. It is a 2 to 4 player game where 2 players are one versus 1, 3 players is 1 versus 1 versus 1, and 4 players is 2 versus 2. This takes place with the Crusaders and the Saracens in the age of the Crusades, and we are going to fight over locations in the Middle East, and we are going to use a set of cards. This game is a quick 20-minute game or less, depending on how fast you can play the cards. And we're going to go down to the table, we're going to take a look at the board real quick, and then we're going to teach you how to play the game. So hang on, let's go. Welcome to the Middle East, where the Saracens and the Crusaders are going to fight over locations. There's bonus locations. The Edessa is the bonus location for the Crusaders, and Montreal is the bonus location for the Saracens. If they win these two spots, there's bonus points here, 2 points and 2 points. As you can see, the cards are very, very nice. This is a tarot side card, Montreal. That's your victory points here, and a little flavor text to tell you a little bit about that particular area. As you can see, there are 14 areas to fight over. There are 2 modes to this game, a mission mode and a conquest mode. A conquest mode is that we just go at it, and whoever has the most victory points at the end wins. In a mission mode, we will give out a mission, and as you can see, missions are specific to specific areas on our map, and then you must fulfill those areas in order to win the mission. If both win the mission, then it's the number of points at the end of the game. So, and there's different, like there it is, capture 3 castles, capture all of the following, and that is the mission. Each player starts off with a hand of similar cards. As you can see, there is a Sultan, which is the highest value card, which is a 5. We're not necessarily in order. We have an Archer, which is a value 3. We have a Cavalry, in this case, which is a 2. This is a special card, an Assassin. An Assassin will take out, at the end of the round when we play, we'll take out the highest value card. There is a Mounted Archer for 4, and we should be able to find Infantry. Bird in here, of course, is a +1. That is for adding your combat value, and a +2, and a Siege. The Siege is also a special card. The Siege allows you to stop any more activity in a specific area. So if our red player starts to build up, I can put a Siege card down to stop that. Of course, you can siege the Siege card, in which case then I can't put anything down, which might give him advantage if he's already got the most points there. And then a +2. This is to our combat values. Our combat values are very nicely on the cards, as you see. 4, 3, 2, and of course the infantry makes 1. There's some fairly nice artwork and not bad colors, I think. You can see the contrast. I picked green and red for the contrast under the lights. And that's basically how the game sets up. You give each person their decks. You each pick a mission, and then you go at it. So here we are down at the table. We're going to have a playthrough. It is Harry, me, versus my wife, Angel. And we are going to fight over the Holy Land. Now, my mission, of course, is going to be visible to you. My wife's, I don't know what it is. I'm playing against her. So mine is to capture Carrick, Jerusalem, and Acre. So if you look below, Jerusalem, Carrick, and Acre. So those are my three missions, or my mission is to have these 3 at the end of the game. My wife, of course, has her own missions. and her own army. I have my army laid out here just so that you can see them. There's my infantry units, my cavalry units, my crossbow, my king, and my Templar knights, and my 4 special cards. Of course, we can't see my opponent's cards. The only reason I'm doing this, just so that you can see the thought process. Normally, my opponent wouldn't see the cards on the table like this, and that we would be going at it. Now remember, the first 3 cards can be played upside down or turned over on their backs like this, so that we don't know what is going on. And then after that, we can put our cards down one at a time. Remember, the 2 phases is the deploy phase, so we can deploy an army that is already down to another location, and then we lay a card. At the end of all the cards being laid down, we are going to then fight over the various areas, and may the best commander win. So with that being said, let's throw off. It is a bit of a bluffing game, and I've decided that I'm going to bluff and put a small infantry unit in Edessa. Just because I want to give my wife a little off-the-trail type thing, thinking she goes, aha, he's going after those bonus points. And because he is, after Edessa, that is for the Crusaders as Montreal is for the Saracens. My wonderful wife has decided that she's going to go after Carrick, which is an interesting strategy considering Carrick is one of the areas that I'm going after. Of course, I don't know what she's played here, which makes things very, very interesting. In which case, then, what I'm going to do is look at my cards, and I think we're going to go after Acre at the moment, and we're going to put one of my cavalry units just upside down. We're not going after the big units yet. My wife is now going to Valor. Remember, each one of these cards is worth points at the end of the game. Of course, you have to complete your mission. If we look at the cards, you can see some flavor text around the area, historical area. You can see where it actually was located in the name, as well as the victory points. So this is a little bit on the historical side. It's a little bit more on the abstract side. So it's back to my turn. We have both placed our second face down card. And I, too, really would like to go after Carrick, too. So I'm going to look at Bowman. Again, upside down. And now this becomes a little bit more interesting for my wife. So interestingly enough, my wife has decided to play at the Castle of Knights. Now I'm going to have to start playing face up. With that being in mind, we're not particularly interested in Edessa at all. So I think what I'm going to do is look at Jerusalem. I'm putting a cavalry unit in there. This is also worth 4 points. So if we both make our missions, this is going to be worth 4 points. My wife answers that by going to Montreal. Now we've got some stuff going on here. So we have a little bit of a battle in Carrick right now. Acre, I'm fighting over Acre. Belver is hers. We're in Jerusalem. I think I'd like to she's got a 2 in Montreal. Really not interested in Montreal all that much. But I feel I may or may not want her to have it. But I don't want to make a fight of it yet. I think I'd like to go to Belver and sort of give her a sense of we're after some of the same stuff. So I'm just going to take my cavalry unit. Now I don't know what she has here, and I'm going to look at my card, which is a 1. I'm going to turn this over to show that I'm not particularly interested in Edessa that much. And we can see we have a bit of a fight going on there. My wife has decided that she is going to raise the morale here in Bavaria, which I come over to here. Now, this is not an area I want to go to specifically, but it is something I want to do. I'm also going to do the same thing. I'm actually going to go... I'm going to put my +2 here at Carrick. She wants Carrick, so she's going to have to think about what's more important to her. She's decided that she wants to actually put a siege on Belvoir, which means now I cannot add any more to this. So she's pretty confident that she's going to win with that +2. I don't know, it could be the king, but she's going to siege that. Then we're going to come over here, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to stick with what I've got here. Though I might want to take my infantry and again try to outwit my wife, because but she's very smart. And we're just going to go over to Beirut, and we're just going to put a 1 there, saying that we're interested, but So she's decided that she's going to go +3. She's playing her archer onto Carrick. Oh, this is serious. I'm starting to suspect that Carrick is something that she is interested in as a city. I'm going to come back over to here. I'm getting a little worried about that. I'm not too worried, but I need Acre too. So at this point in time, I'm gonna shore up Acre. It's going to come back to my wife. She answers it with a +1. Now, I don't know what's under there. It could be something or nothing, but I don't know. I've decided that I'm going to take this card and I'm going to turn it upside down, and I'm going to turn this card the right way around, and it's only a 1. So I've revealed a 1 +2 plus another card. Sorry, I'm playing green. So this would be down. Yep, that's fine. And I've said, that's right, I turned my knight over. Sorry, if I made a mistake there, folks, I will let it in the video and review it. But right now, I've decided to turn my Knight Templar over so that I can play this card here. My wife, being the crafty person, she decided to deploy from Montreal over to Jerusalem to give it some extra power, and then she's going to play a mounted archer here, which puts some pressure on myself now, because all of a sudden I'm sort of running out of cards. She's down to her last 3 cards, as I am down to my last 3 cards. So I'm going to need to do something about that. So, as we know, Beirut is not here, so I'm going to take my Beirut and say I'm going to deploy him over to here, and then I'm going to put a +1. That's only 5, and he has 6. I'm running out of... I'm going to have to put my... So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to put my... I'm going to take this guy, and I'm going to put him over to Montreal. So we'll deploy him to Montreal at this point. So we've locked in, I think, a couple. It comes back to my wife. So my wife chooses at this point to... she definitely thinks I'm going to go to Acre. So she's definitely going to put her Sultan against Acre. She's really playing it up now, trying to stop me from getting into other areas. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to move my Edessa up to here. And then I'm going to put a +1. So I've deployed and added +1. Now my wife's not sure where things lie, so she is just going to say, I'm going to take this one because it gives her 3 victory points if we both tie on what we're doing here. I come back, I have 1 siege card left. So I'm saying I'm going to siege here, so she can't add any more cards. She comes down here, and she definitely thinks that There might be a problem here at the castle, and that is the end of the game. We both reveal our missions. So in my case, it is Jerusalem, Acre, or Jerusalem, Acre, and Carrick. And for her, it was Montreal, any one of these threes, Belleville, Carrick, and the castle up here. So let's see how we did. And what we'll do is just, so here I have 9 to her 6. So basically I've won Jerusalem. And we'll just sort these out as we go. Now we'll come over to Carrick. Now I don't know what this card is in theory, so the assassin card comes out. And I've turned over my 3. So basically, you can see that she will now assassinate my highest guy, which is the bowman. Since there's no support for a +2, that goes out. She takes Carrick. So right now we know I'm not going to get my mission, because Carrick is right out of there. She won. Now I've taken Antioch. So that comes over to me, even though that's not part of my mission. None of these cards are part of the battles. So we'll just collect them up and put them over to here. Edessa wasn't there. I've got Montreal, which is not the one I really wanted, but it is worth 2 points to me. Now we're going to come over to here, Acre. So we have a siege. I have 2, 5, 6, 7 to her 5. I'm going to win Acre, but I don't think it matters because I'm not going to win all of mine. So that comes over to me. So far she's the only one. Kvetch. Belver. So depending on what I put here, I have 2. She has 2, +2 is 4, plus the siege, her siege. So she wins. My wife wins. Oh my God. This is the last battle. Now I can't win using the mission. So if she doesn't win this, we will go to points, and I'll probably have an advantage over points because I have more. But let's just see how this works. So she has 4. I have my assassin, which is going to get rid of her highest, which is the 4. So I have 4 to her 2. So I'm going to win the Castle of Knights, which prevents her from winning. Okay, so this is what we have at the end of the game. Neither of us have actually won by the mission. So you can see by points, I've done very, very well. If we look at the mission points, 4, 7, 9, 13, 16 to her 3. I've obliterated the infidels with my crusaders. So the Saracens are now taken care of. That is how the game is played. Hopefully you've enjoyed this playthrough of this game, Sultans and Kings, and you've enjoyed it enough to look at the website and perhaps purchase your own copy. So with further ado, if you like what you saw, hit the like button, subscribe if you want to subscribe, and if you want to be notified of these types of videos, please do hit the notification bell. And my name is Harry Jacobs. I am the North of 60 Gamer, and thank you for joining us for Sultans and Kings.